my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare.
Oh, hello. Good morning, everybody. Looks like we've got a few in here already. We'll give it a few minutes to get fired up. Let me check the channels and make sure that things are working properly. The Rumble's doing something weird. I don't know what is going on with it. Maybe we'll refresh that. There we go. It looks like the Rumbles is on. Fix that chat real quick here. As usual, the first 30 seconds is a setup time, and the first 5 minutes is like for the replay crew. I need to minimize that. I need to maximize that. Show me that. And I've got 4 people in Rumble and 16 on YouTube. We're going to give it about a minute and more. As you guys can tell, I'm still not home yet. I technically won't be home for 2 more days, but I've figured out a way to do live streams for you on schedule. I basically have to turn every light in the hotel room on to get any kind of light. I actually have like a light like shining in my face. Look, watch this. And then I'm not there anymore. Oh no. And then I'm like not there anymore. So it's lots of fun, right? Let's see. We've got kind of the build up there. So let's go ahead and start with open up the comments on the YouTube side. Catitude. Yes, I noticed 82 minutes early. First Rose, number 2. And let's see if we've self-identified Light Raider as deterred. Let's see. We got Bradley's in the house. We got Dog and Ball in Dog and Ball Productions. Let's see. Bob Pita, Andy's over here. West Virginia Pappy. JB the 25th. The pastor is in the house. Outer Limits Lifestyle. Preston. What's going on, my friend? What's going on? We got Southern Tier Prepper. We had Jason. Jason, I don't recognize you. Jason, welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. Florida man here. Let's see here. Tommy Ann, I don't recognize you. See, be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. Yes. And then we've got JB the 25th, 5x5. Thank you very much. Southern Tier Prepper. Thank you. Cindy's in the house. Let's look at Oops showed up. Ian's over here. Lazy's telling me 5x5. There you go. Let's see here. And a nurse for you. Good morning. Good morning. We've got LP in top chat again. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am a believer in corrective criticism. So let's fix that again. Thank you. That live chat activated. Live chat is now activated. Okay. I wonder if I can make that a little bit. I try to get as much of this into make it so that as many words as possible are visible. But it's actually very tricky to do this on the fly. So every time I try to make that adjustment, I risk destroying the whole stream. Okay, so we got that going on. Looks like we got 3 people in Rumble. As usual, none of them have checked in because they are lazy. All right, let's see here. So still 1 day out from Kentucky. Just a quick back brief. I'll be doing a video probably tonight. I'll try and make it drop tonight for the members about basically like what happened at Kentucky Sustainable Living Homesteading and Preparedness Festival. All the ins and outs, all the people I talked to. I've got some pictures I'm going to share with you. I got to turn that off. Ian's stuck in cyberspace. There you go. And you know what, Oops? You keep me in line on that, Oops. I do appreciate you doing that. Okay, so just take a deep breath. Everything's cool. Hicktown Honey first. JB the 25th, number 2 over there on the Rumble side. Everybody needs to get Hicktown Honey to come on over to the dark side. All right, because they have 3 days left. I think, yeah. Why can I not do that? 3 days left until the Patreon goes forever. All right, let's see here. But yeah, I'll be firing that video up for the dark coffee. Come to the dark coffee. Just a big ass truck driving down the road. Nothing to see here. Anyway, there's a giant window over here. I mean, this room that I'm in is massive. You can probably actually hear like an echo. I don't know. There's like this control panel on the wall for hooking 1,000 things up to do audiovisual presentations. I think this was originally like a this room. I'm staying at Holiday Inn Express, so I feel much smarter tonight. Cuck V showed up. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Reporting from the People's Republic of Michigan. All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna make that video probably tonight. And that'll go out as members only. I can't remember your name. No option for all the above, but no food survival items. By the way, Down Under is short of IV fluid till the end of this year. Aussie is kind of out of order right now. I believe it. I forget what your symbology name is for. It's like Freedom Star or something like that. Anyway, tell me in the chat. So the coffee's really bad. I can't find my cough drops, but I'm gonna try and carry on for you. Is it true the Holiday Inn Escape being on the breakfast now? I don't know what a Holiday Inn Escape is, but I did have I did have the omelet, as well as I ate everything I wasn't supposed to eat this morning. We're just going to say I had everything except for the waffles. Okay, so as the catchy thumbnail and crazy ass title of the video is, we're going to be talking about we're going to be, so I got it right. We're going to be talking about some things that we should probably have in our pantries as well as in our general stockpiles. I don't know, can you see me when I do that? Let me check something here. I have a tendency, I don't know what it is with these chairs. I like to roll around in them. But we things are kind of getting down to the wire here, you know, with this election kicking off, and the polls are starting to change rapidly in favor of Captain Red Tie, and the death throes are beginning. The October surprise was supposed to be, I can't even say it. The hit. Erler, dude, what he was, what he stood for, that kind of thing. They're kind of throwing that out, and that was supposed to be the October surprise that was going to take everybody over the eddies, but it's not working. Last side note, Madison Square Garden, they turned people away last night. They turned people away. They filled it to the brim. Standing room in the back. They had to turn people away. The fire marshal was turning people away because they could not put any more people inside that building. Absolutely insane. All right, so taking that sip of coffee. I've got the chats on all sides. Let's see here. With recent surges in natural disasters, more Americans are seeing the necessity of building emergency stockpiles. Thank God. Even if reaching a supermarket is possible during a crisis, supplies vanish quickly and competition can be fierce. We saw the great toilet paper debacle, which we'll probably talk about here in a minute. A robust preparedness plan requires more than food. Key non-food items are just as essential for surviving long emergencies. Now, some non-food essential stockpiles, stocking food is crucial, but in a prolonged crisis, non-food items are equally necessary. So I've got a little breakdown for you of some critical non-food items every prepper should consider, along with practical scalable strategies to get started. So as usual, I throw the data at you. And if you're new to the stream, the format is very simple. I talk about some stuff, you write some stuff down. I talk about the stuff that you wrote down. This is a completely interactive live stream. Okay, so definitely not first and foremost. This is in no apparent order because when I was building the list, I was kind of half asleep, to be honest with you. These days are kind of starting to mix together until I get home and get some real sleep because the beds and all these hotels are just not that great. Anyway, so hygiene supplies. Maintaining hygiene in a crisis is more than just a comfort issue. It's critical for health and disease prevention. Items like trash bags and buckets can serve as makeshift toilets. It's kind of a necessity if your plumbing fails. Now, with that said, the great toilet paper debacle of 2019, the topocalypse, toilet paper. Gotta love it, man. Alternatives like magazine pages exist, but toilet paper is vastly more convenient. You know, you need to stockpile enough for a comfort and consider its additional uses like makeshift fire starters, you know, if you need to use it for that. But what I will tell you about toilet paper is that I just ran out of the stock that I purchased for the 2019 debacle. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. That's not what happened. Just ran through the last of that stockpile of paper towels. My toilet paper stockpile is still good to go. Buckets and trash bags, you know, they're essential for any emergency toilet setup. A 2-bucket system can be adopted to almost any space, making it suitable even in apartments. Hand sanitizer, effective for water conservation, allowing hygiene without using scarce water reserves. And feminine hygiene products. A lot of people forget about it. They're actually in my preps because I have daughters and I have granddaughters. So, you know, you should probably have some. Where'd my cursor go? It's like everything just, there it is. Man, what is going on with my cursor? I don't understand what's happening. Reusable options like menstrual cups can save space and last longer, reducing the need for large stockpiles. So that's an option that you guys could have in your preps. Baby wipes. Oh, I love the baby wipes. The baby wipes are the jam. You can use them for whole body cleaning when your showers aren't feasible, or preserving water, or for it kind of offers a hygienic solution to keeping your body clean without using a lot of water. And then there's soap, shampoo, and dental supplies. Basic hygiene items prevent infections and provide a degree of normalcy. With all that said, let me go to the chat real quick, see what we got going on over there. Looks like on the Rumble side, we got Laser. You are deterred. In New York, this is shocking. Yes, totally. The whole Madison Square Garden thing. Let's see here. Bidets. Southern Tier Prepper says bidets or bidet bottles for off-grid are always a way to go. Very smart. Toilet paper, ? Eucalyptus leaves will do. Yes, they will if you have a eucalyptus tree and you don't run out of leaves. Let's see here. Rose says newspaper. Newspaper better than magazines, not glossy, easier to wipe off, will absorb. Yes, very true. Andy says, if you take Trump and remove the I'd highly rearrange the letters to spell that word. Okay. And I'll play your silly game. What else can we spell with the word Trump? Tumper, Mumterpump. We're just going to add letters. Okay. Debbie Chandler, good morning, my friend. Body power. Excellent. Some people use it. I do not, but I think it's great. Puffy has all the baby oil. That is funny. Oops says triumph. There you go. Triumph. That's funny. Okay, and we hadn't covered the actual poll. The poll itself is, which non-food survival item would you prioritize in your stockpile? 82% say, and there's 22 votes already, so 82% water filtration and purification, and 14% at first aid and medical supplies, 0 for hygiene and sanitation. We're going to fix that today. 5% say tools and repair supplies. All right, let's go ahead and shrink that up right there. Cuckv says, let's see, having gotten a 3rd-degree burn on my leg 2 weeks ago from this past Saturday, first aid is probably #1 priority for me. I do go to the urgent care last night and got put on antibiotics for 7 days. That's right. A lot of people don't think about that. If you have an extensive burn, they put you on antibiotics. If you don't have antibiotics, you can buy them at Chase Medical. Link in the description. Shameless promotion. Okay. And use the code. Save some cash. And $20 ivermectin if you love that stuff. What do we got here? I'm going to turn that. Did I turn that off? God, this thing's getting locked up. Let's see. The Old Faithful Sears and Roebuck catalog. All right. Cindy's always packed with plenty of information. Baking soda for deodorant will keep body dry. Plus, for cleaning and cooking, baking soda is awesome. Yes, I keep it in the back of my fridge. Let's see here. Trump will be in Salem, Virginia, Saturday at Civic Center. Yeah, that's what my girlfriend was telling me. That's pretty interesting. Southern Tier Prepper says, without water, none of the other stuff will matter. Exactly, because you will die of the dehydration. You will die of the dehydration. Can you know what dehydration leads to? Can anybody say, what is it? Multi-organ system failure? Can anyone say low blood volume shock? Let's see here. 3rd degree, you would need skin graft. Oh, wish you get well soon. Well, the thing is too is there. So years ago when I built those trauma kits, because I was so pissed off at those soft guys for making crappy soft or special trauma kits. You can buy these. So they have pre-made burn gel pads. But they're all, the largest one you can buy is like anywhere from 1x3 or 3x3. Okay. In situations, you're actually very lucky, my friend, because in situations where degrees go to 3rd degree, most of the time someone has burned up probably 50 to 60% of their bodies, is caught on fire at some point when you start talking about that degree of burn. Oh, yes, you can get a 3rd degree burn by arc welding your arm. I understand. What I'm saying is that all these little gel pads are all too small. They're all very limited, They're great if you just decide to put your hand on top of a burner and hold it there like you're some kind of ninja or something. But statistically, when people get burnt up, they get burnt up. And you can actually buy these burn blankets that you just soak in water, and then you just put them over the victim, and it just wherever the burn is, it starts to heal it. It's a pretty interesting piece of technology, and so the gel pads are great for isolated burns, but they're not so great when you burn up a whole big part of your body, and then there's the antibiotics as well. So. Colloidal silver is handy to have. Yes. I think I actually have a section on medical items. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep going. Oh, oddly enough, the next section, first aid essentials. Got to drink some coffee. This coffee's awful. Glug, glug, glug. First aid essentials, guys. Having medical supplies is not enough. Preppers should also learn basic first aid techniques. Simple injuries can escalate quickly if not properly managed. I was very lucky to talk to Chuck Peoples. If you don't know who he is, he's probably the god of prepper medicine. Look him up. I think I've got a picture with him, but I can't remember. No, I took a picture of him while I put it in the members Discord. What was that? Saturday? While he was speaking, I got to actually get a class from him. Really smart guy, super intense, but really smart. So, all right. So personal medications, from prescription drugs, for prescription drugs, consult with a doctor about obtaining a surplus, keep track of expiration dates, rotating supplies as needed. You always, What if you have to take drugs, if you have to take prescription drugs, know how long they will actually last. And they normally only prescribe you the exact amount that you need, unless it's for pain. In the case of pain, know how long, know if there's actually a real expiration date, not the 1 year label that they put on the damn thing because the federal law requires them to do it, but the actual expiration date of that it's no longer safe to take that medicine, because some are like that and some are not. And you should definitely know. If you do need prescription medications, once again, Jace Medical, Jace Daily, use the code. I'll earn 32 cents when you spend $1,000. Yeah, you can plus up on your stuff, or you can go find a doctor who'll give you more stuff, which is actually more difficult these days. Homestead Medical, I don't know. I'll look into them, Scanes. Let's see, pain relievers and anti-diarrheal, both common and vital. Scanes, where do I know you from? Where do I know you from? Why? What other channel do I know you from? And honestly, I'm just curious because I feel like I know you from another channel. Let's see, pain relievers and anti-diarrheal, both common and vital for minor injuries and easy to stockpile without refrigeration. You don't know how many people have died from the diarrhea in the Middle Ages. That's synonymous with dehydration. People don't understand. One of my last wives could never understand why dehydration caused diarrhea because, well, it's liquid. But it's science. It's just science. First aid basics, bandages, antibiotic ointments, antiseptics, wipes, and burns. And burn salves are essential. Add anti-itch and antifungal creams, which are often overlooked but inevitable invaluable for skin issues. Also, emergency antibiotics. If procuring fish antibiotics, research carefully and consult credible guides on safe use. If you are not buying something, God, I just realized I have to reference like Jace Medical like 3 times in a row. Antibiotics, Jace Medical. They're good. Hey, listen, guys, if I'm telling you right now, if you have never thought about buying getting a Jace case, you might want to get into it because getting your hands on antibiotics may become very difficult very soon. Things are happening with politics that will directly reflect shipping from different places, ingredients, the ability to actually make the antibiotics here. So the price of antibiotics, as well as their accessibility to them, may go through the roof. Training. Stockpile supplies are only as good as one's knowledge. Investing in a basic first aid course could make a significant difference when it counts. Also, I wanted to. I think I left it here. I took a bunch of stuff down already, but I think it's in here. That's not it. I hope I've got the right bag here. And I'm going to start taking stuff out. Come here, you. That's not it. Come on. Oh, I hope this is not for nothing. Oh, there it is. There are new tourniquets out, guys. This is called the Everyday Carry Tourniquet. And these things are absolutely amazing. I bought this from Chuck Peoples' booth. This bad boy has they use this to train with. You can get 20 uses out of it before the nylon stretches. Absolutely amazing device. It's super small, does the same job, and it actually has I think this is 1.5 inch width, which is still great. So once I get a line on these things, I'm definitely going to get the information out to you guys. But these are awesome for just everyday carry. And I wanted to show everybody that they're made by ETQ. ETQ. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but they are good. They are good. All right, so I'm going to go to the chat real quick here. Let's see here. Let's see. RR glasses for sure. I don't know what RR glasses are for. Beware of the cyclenes becoming dangerous when reach post expired. Yes, all of the cyclenes, guys. If they have an expiration date for a reason, they become toxic. Do not take them, throw them out. That is not a joke. Also, anything that is liquid or cream based, generally the liquid is much worse than the cream, but generally anything that you that is liquid or cream based, it's got an expiration date on it for a reason. Let's see here. Miko says the human body is 80% or more water. Yes. Spare glasses and repair kits. Let's see here. That's Chuck People's home. Oh, I got you, Scanes. Okay. Yeah, my brain is like totally like I need to do a video on all the stuff that stuff and people I did at the festival, because I've got it locked up in here and it's trying to get out while I'm trying to do other things. And so I need to do that to like decompress. Let's see here. Oh man, I hope I get better soon. I hate burns. Okay, where are we at here? Going through the chat, news on antibiotic resistant strains coming over the border, tuberculosis and others. Yes, the aliens are trying to infect us. Oh, bad prepper doesn't know. Dude, I have so many bags, it's not even funny. Don't know where stuff is. There's a tourniquet and trauma shears in the side door of my rental car. Don't tell me I don't know where things are, Mr. or Mrs. or whatever. Let's see. Lots of Band-Aids. Yes, Band-Aids. I've told my story about Band-Aids 1,000 times. Let's see here. Mika Wolf, you get a super infected natural may not work. Pastor says, what about snake bites? I had a small copperhead snake on my front porch this morning. 22 rat shot solves that problem. How did my screen get so? There we go. But if you get bit by a snake, go to the hospital. You need anti-venom, or hopefully the snake didn't inject you. That does happen. But when you start talking about the babies, there's one line that says that they're inexperienced, they're juvenile, so they don't know any better. They just hit you with all their venom. There's others that say that they don't really use their venom with their juveniles. It's just a reaction. But basically, if you get hit by a snake, that's pretty much it. I have not heard anything good about any of the snake bite treatment kits. So I would never recommend them. Let's see here. Amish use books. Be your own doctor. Be your own doctor, backyard pharmacy, and be your own pediatrician, Mennonite author. It's very interesting stuff. It's very interesting stuff. I do recommend people get those if they can. Let's see here. 35 degrees here. No steaks this morning. Yeah, it's funny. The weather's doing weird stuff here. I'm technically still in Kentucky, but I'm about, I want to say maybe 60 miles from the West Virginia border. So the temperature outside is actually kind of chilly. It's like in the 50s, but they're saying it's going to get to like 76 degrees today and be even warmer tomorrow, Let's see here. Scissors, trauma shear, easy to remove your clothes in an emergency situation. Absolutely true. All right, let's go ahead and check the poll. We're at 79% water filtration, 10% first aid and medical supplies, 10% tools and repairs, and 0% for hygiene and sanitation. I'm not telling anybody what to write, but I'm going to tell you that when you talk about hygiene and sanitation, you're actually talking about water. And it's only been about 1,000 years that humans decided. Actually, it's only been, maybe 1,000 years that humans realized that if they cleaned their body and they cleaned their plates and they cleaned their clothes, all using water, that they would die less often. So hygiene and sanitation should have some weight. Don't do it just for me, though. Do it because it's smart. Okay, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and drink some coffee and move along. All right, so tools and miscellaneous supplies for repairs, crafting, General survival, basic tools, and versatile items are essential. So some of the things that we probably need to talk about are duct tape and WD-40. You know, these multi-purpose tools are invaluable for waterproofing and repairing, to improvising solutions. Rope and cord, paracord, strong ropes, bungee cords serve various purposes: shelter building, gear repair, and even securing things. Basic tools, like a hammer, a box cutter, screwdrivers, pliers. These are invaluable for emergency repairs or building temporary structures. Candles, flashlights, and batteries. Light sources are critical. Solar or crank-powered flashlights can provide long-term reliability without depending on batteries. And then maybe some plastic sheeting. It's useful for covering broken windows, creating water collections. It's a street cleaner. Creating a water collector, even an emergency shelter, which is what most people think about when they talk about plastic sheeting. Writing supplies and entertainment. Journals, manuals, and games like playing cards offer a way to track information and relieve stress. It's very true. It's absolutely 100% true. All right, let's see here. A friend of mine told me the Army runs on Gorilla Tape. Oh yeah, dude, you don't know how. I watched a video one time about this bush pilot in Alaska who landed at an airfield and was going to stay the night. And then when he woke up in the morning, his airplane had been attacked by a bear. Bear ripped the whole back end of it to shreds. He just broke out a couple of rolls of duct tape and started wrapping it around the fuselage to where the actual like to recreate the external part of the fuselage, right? His tail rudder, he had to remake that all with duct tape. He got in his plane and flew back home. Duct tape is an actual amazing piece of product. It's pretty crazy. Let's see here. Spray paint to mark danger. Okay. We use spray paint here in America to mark everything purple. Everybody knows purple spray paint. If you know what purple spray paint means, put it in the chat. Man, all this hotel hair stuff they leave for me, it's making my hair silky smooth, but it doesn't want to stay in place. Let's see here. Always carry duct tape or Gorilla Tape when I travel in my carry-on bag. Interesting. A nurse says super glue, especially ones waterproof like Gorilla Glue, etc., used for cracked shoes, broken items, as well as, my nurse friend, closing wounds. All right, let's see here. Purple means no trespassing. Bacha, Andy Person for the win. All right, let's see here. Matter of fact, they were OSHA was no, I'm sorry, not OSHA, but FEMA was pissed off because they started finding fresh purple spray paint all over the trees when they showed up, because the law is the law. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? Let's go. You know what? We're halfway through the stream. If you love your country, put a #1 in the chat. America. I'm going to drink some coffee and I'm going to read some more stuff while you do that. Warmth and heat. In cold weather, warmth becomes a matter of survival. Options for heating and safe cooking are crucial. Not crucial, but crucial. Portable heaters. Propane heaters are effective, and candle heaters can be like a DIY option for smaller spaces. Off-grid stoves. Options range from propane camp stoves to rocket stoves that can be fueled with small twigs. These provide cooking capabilities even without electricity. Lighters, matches, and fire starters. Keep a supply of all three to ensure fire starting capability, as matches can get damp and lighters can fail. Oh my God. Now we're going to move on to my personal favorite, water filtration and purification. Water equals life. Like I was teaching in my class today, a crisis will equal water shortages. Think about it. Water is a top priority in any disaster plan, with filtration and purification being essential for long-term scenarios. Portable filters. Compact options like the Sawyer series or Life Straw, which I hate, can be easily stored and used for personal hydration. Bulk filtration for extended situations, larger gravity fed systems like Berkey or the water machine, which you should know about, are ideal. These can purify substantial water quantities for family use. I use the water machine in my house every single day. Bleach. Plain, unscented, uncolored, not gel bleach can purify water in emergencies when filters run out. It's a multi-purpose item that's also valuable for hygiene as well. You can create a cleaning solution with water and bleach. I'll say a little tidbit on bleach because some preppers like to put like 10 gallons of bleach. It's like they don't even use bleach on their clothes, but they have 10 gallons of bleach. After about 6 months, the bleach starts to degrade. After a year, the bleach doesn't really have its full power to kill bacteria, viruses, things like that. So if you do decide to store bleach, remember that it should be stored in a cool, dry place, and that it should never be opened unless you're going to use it. Once you do open it, put it someplace like, hey, this isn't being stored anymore. It's actually in a place where it's being used, maybe under the sink, something like that. But remember that it's a rotatable stock. So I always tell people you shouldn't have any more than 2 to 3 gallons of this stuff. And then only if you actually use it. Because you're going to have to, it's one of those things which you have to constantly buy if you're going to stock it. Let's see here. Self-defense and security. Well, you know what? I need to check. Cindy says pool shock. Yes, pool shock can be used, and it's actually a better option than buying bleach because as long as you can keep it in a cool, dry place, it can last essentially forever. Let's see here. Light Ritter says, just look at NC. All of their water sources are contaminated. Yes, I'm going to put you up there, bro. And briefly, so I've volunteered to be part of a different crew that is going out to Western North Carolina. I don't have the specific dates. I don't even have a handler. It's through another 501(c)(3). But I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to go unless they have a plan. If they don't have a plan for security and if they don't have a plan for water, I'm not going to go because, I've been, I hate to say it, but I've been listening to Bear and he's been talking about the situation that's going down there. And it's more than just, they're up to the body count's up to 90 when they found 100 people in the trees last week, that kind of thing. And then people that are coming back are becoming sick. It's like, and the area I'm trying to figure out where that nuclear or that radioactive material storage place was, and trying to find its zone of contamination. You can't find anything on it on the Googles, so it's crazy. It's actually crazy. Water can be pasteurized at 149 for 6 minutes. Cool. The chemtrail is a headache. The chemtrail is a headache for water. Gotcha. Let's see here. Have carried bleach tabs when I travel for laundry, safer to transport than liquid. Yes, absolutely true. Jordan, I don't know what you just posted a dot. I don't know what you just posted, lady. What are you up to? What's going down? What are you up to? Are you plotting on me? Okay, so let's see here. Self-defense and security. In a true shtf situation, self-defense tools may be necessary for home protection and personal safeties. Weapons and ammo. If considering a firearm, proper training and regular practice are essential. I talked about this yesterday. They did not like what I had to say in Kentucky about firearms. I literally told them in my class, just because you bought a gun does not make you proficient. If you're not going to the range at least once a month and putting 50 rounds down range, you are wasting you are not a good gun owner. You know what I'm saying? You are not prepared unless you've gone through some kind of safety course, unless you've gone through some kind of marksmanship course or practice marksmanship, and unless you've gone through some kind of defensive shooting training. You should never be pieing off corners or taking strong points in your house, because you're just going to end up getting killed. They didn't like it, but they also wrote it all down too. So mission accomplished. Pepper spray. A lot of people don't talk about it, but I think pepper spray is awesome. It's come a long way. They have pepper spray guns. A little bit of advice: never use bear spray inside your house. It's a lesson well learned. Please learn from my mistakes. Barbed wire and reinforcements. They can secure property perimeter, making unauthorized entry more difficult. And then moving on off of the security type stuff, I know your personal favorite are barter supplies. Barter supplies, for severe like long-term crisis, man stuff. Barter items can become essential. These should ideally be items preppers have in surplus or can make. So some of those things are coffee, not on the list, but it is now. Soap and candles, basic but valuable trade items that are relatively easy to produce. Stockpile extras or learn to make them for trade yourself. Medical supplies and batteries. If in demand, these items make strong barter resources without taking up too much space. And then if we talk about getting, I'm going to check. Let's check the poll. Let's see the poll. Oh, we finally got some smart people in the hygiene and sanitation area, but still 82% believe that water filtration and purification is the #1 answer. And then I'm going to check the chat real quick here. Spray paint in a Bic. Yeah, you're just going to blow yourself up. That's too much movie junk, man. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Everyone needs a fanny pack. If you don't have a fanny pack, you're not right in the head. I got you, Johnny. I got you. I think it's situational. I'm not wearing a fanny pack to the bar, if you know what I mean. Oops, I'm going to put you up there. You're not a member, but I'm going to put you up there. LP's chair made me think one of our cats was in trouble. Oh, that's hilarious. Let's see here. Johnny says you can't have hygiene and sanitation without clean water. Technically, it's not true, but I believe what you're saying. I'm 100% on board with you. You can always do it with handy wipes. Lived off baby wipes for several months in bad places. But still, I absolutely agree, because hygiene and sanitation is a huge part of water. And I'm the water guy. Everybody knows that. All right, so let's see here. Miko said something big here. If you're going to help in the rescue in North Carolina, bring some iodine tablets with you. Don't stop the radiation in tapping your body. It's just saying a little birdie told me you don't get sick. I see. That's an excellent idea, Miko. That's an excellent idea. I do have that part. I've got a rad kit. Let's see here. That's a good idea. I'm going to have to remember that. I'm probably going to have to set up a full field kit just to make sure I've got all my bases covered. And I need to minimize that. There we go. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? There we go. Okay, so now we're going to talk about, getting started with your stockpile. And some of you is like, I don't need this. I already started. No, just listen to me, okay? Always remember, going back to basics is always going to be, it's rudimentary for a reason, all right? So a full stockpile can feel overwhelming, especially, for those with space and budget constraints. Starting slowly, prioritizing essentials, and build over time. You guys know about my 6-can method. Number 1, prioritize by category. Sometimes we just get lost in the sauce. We start to just this, that, this, and it's just, we feel like we're getting throat punched in 12 different directions all simultaneously. But prioritize. Focus first on water, food, and security. Okay. I tell these people all the time, they'll be like, what about sanitation and lighting and warmth? Well, some of those things will come automatically. Whether we like it or not, we live in a society where we can turn the faucet on and we can choose between hot, medium, or lukewarm and cold water. It's a pretty nice thing to have. Even the Romans didn't have this. So we're spoiled, all right? But we have our roofs over our heads, okay? If we don't, we don't. But for the most part, we have a roof over our head. We have the ability to keep ourselves warm or cold, and we have the ability to hydrate ourselves. But in emergency situations, some of those things may disappear. Likely, unless it got ran over by a tornado, a freight train, or a hurricane, or washed away in a flood, you're going to have a roof over your head. So first focus on water, then food, and then your security, okay? Do those three things first, and then you can start worrying about things like sanitation, lighting, warmth, and different things to like expand your barter supplies. There's everything else is just gravy after those three things, okay? The next thing is watch for sales. Pick up extra items on sale during regular shopping trips to build your stockpile without blowing your budget. But do not lose your freaking mind. Let me tell you something. I listened to somebody who's been in the industry for 40 years, okay? And he was telling people in a class that, have you seen gas prices? They're so great here, man. You need to fill up every gas jug. You need to go to Walmart and buy every gas jug they sell and fill it up and then take it back to your house, wherever you live. I don't care if you're from Texas. It doesn't matter. Do that. This guy is giving that advice. Yeah. Well, I think fuel is six pounds. Water is 8.34 pounds per gallon. I think fuel is 6 pounds per gallon. And let's see. I don't know. Let's go with 4. We're just going to add all this weight, okay? And then drive it back to wherever we're from, okay? You're just going to burn that amount of gas, that much more gas. You're not saving any money. It's ridiculous. Use your common sense, okay? I mean, if you could pick up 4 off-road tires for $100 a piece when they're normally $200 a piece, that's a significant change, of savings. But do not let it go crazy, okay? Maximize storage, declutter, repurpose space. For those with limited storage area, vacuum sealed or stackable containers maximize efficiency. Totes are running around $10 now. The black and white totes, you can pick them up at the Lowe's. Walmart is selling them. Actually, Walmart's a little bit more expensive than Lowe's is, which is weird. But you can pick up those black and yellow totes for about $10 now. And I have moved away from for certain supplies, for supplies that are large but not super heavy, I've moved to totes. But for things like the rice and the beans, I do have a couple totes like that, but I found out that they get super heavy. So I'm still on the buckets. Maximize your storage space and also think about whether you have to be mobile or not. Let's see here. Rotate supplies. Keeping track of expired dates prevents waste and keeps your stockpile effective. For food and medications, a rotating system will work best. When we talk about expired dates on foods, we all must know by now that is more of a recommendation than anything else. Now, some foods will expire because they're just made that way. Other foods will not. Some foods have longer shelf lives than other foods. Use common sense. Be adults. All right, let's see here. We're going to check the chat here real quick. On the Rumble side, I see Hicktown Honey backpack and fanny packs are both part of my get home plan to distribute weight properly. Get and wear your Geiger counter so you can know exposure at any point. There's already people. So there are some people that have come back that have already they're already making mistakes, and I guess I'll call them out. I'll call the one out. So, what is it? Wrangler Star. God, Wrangler Star is a very likable guy. He really is. But he just does some things that are stupid from time to time that really make me question how he's still alive. So he did a short. I just watched it this morning, and he was like, "Some people are talking about radiation, and I was in that area, and I've got a little Geiger counter here, and this is my stuff. I haven't even." He's been back for a week already, and he hasn't washed his clothes yet. There's the first red flag. Okay. And then it's in this plastic bag, and we're going to run this Geiger counter out right here. And he's like, and if you ever used a Geiger counter, it does make a little bit of noise. And there's a certain amount of natural radiation. It's called background radiation. And once you go past a certain level, then you have been exposed to radiation. Well, he's like, oh, it only got to 35, and it can go to 55 before it's anything that's even like considered real radiation. And then the video stops, right? And I'm thinking to myself, how many people did you just freaking lie to? This guy's got 1 million subscribers, and he just lied to them. All right. Does anybody know what Half-Life is? And I'm not talking about the video game. Okay. Every radioactive isotope has a half-life, which means that it loses its, over a certain period of time, it will lose half of its, we'll use the word potency, so we don't have to get too technical. Okay. So let's say this stuff has been sitting in this bag for a week, and he's just now putting a handheld Geiger counter to it. And it wasn't a Geiger counter. It was a freaking, it was a radiatonometer. All right. So the half-life of radiation, a radioactive isotope, depending on the kind it is, especially with waste, is kind of low. And so he's not going to get any radiation off of it. He's not going to be able to detect any radiation on it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So careful who you listen to, guys. Careful who you listen to. But, having a little isotope detector on me is probably a good idea. I think it's going to have a lot to do with the amount of time that I have before I go in order to get those things. Because I had this whole Amazon list set up to go out with Grindstone Ministries of stuff that I was going to need that I didn't have. And, I hit that window where they stopped taking people because they were transitioning from the rescue to the reconstruction period. Recovery to reconstruction period. And so they had piles of stuff everywhere. They got people everywhere. They didn't need anybody else. So this is a completely different mission. So take everything with a grain of salt and common sense. Yeah, but that's just it. People don't know that stuff. People on the YouTubes don't know about radioactive isotope half-life. Okay. And I only know because I actually used to do some of that work in the military, and it's mind-blowing. But anyway, let's see here. Scanes is saying, good morning, Johnny. Scanes, you never told me where you freaking where I know you from. Or did you come over here from Bear? Is that where I saw your name? I can't remember. You were like aren't you like an admin on another channel? Why am I losing my mind here? By the way, hats off to, if you guys didn't know this, Tina. I think it's like Tina 2317 or something like that. Actually came and found me at the festival. It was great meeting that lady. She had a lot of fun. She got to deal with a chicken for the first time in her life. Global Music, I do not recognize you, but welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button. Where do you buy your buckets for food? Food safe, BPA free. Okay, so that's a misnomer, Global. I'm just going to call you Global because it depends on what you're going to be using the buckets for. If you're just going to be putting gear in it, or if you're going to be putting food that is already in Mylar, the bucket does not have to be a food grade. It just doesn't have to be. There was a thing, and some of them have stopped doing it. You can actually go to your Walmart and go to the bakery and ask them for their buckets, and they will sell them to you for $1 a piece with a lid. They'll also sell you the half buckets that they keep all the pastry goo in. for a dollar as well. I think they might have gone up to $1.50, and in some Walmarts they've stopped selling them for some reason. I don't know why. If I can't get them there, I'll buy them at Ace. And if I can't get them there, then I'll buy them at Lowe's. I'll pretty much buy them. Like if I need buckets, I'll just kind of search them out and buy them. And I know that some of them have actually gotten expensive too. So some people were never taught the periodic table. I never learned the periodic table. I just did it in the military. But yeah, it's interesting. You probably know me from Grumpy Acres or Life Done Free. Okay, that's starting to sound familiar. I was supposed to be at KSL, but trying to get moved to Kansas. Priorities. I gotcha. You're not the that couple that's moving into that community, are you? That's awesome. That's awesome if you are. Let's see here. Were they flunked out before the 9th grade? Let's see here. Miko says, if nuclear waste gets in the water, it goes to your body. If you drink it, if you wash up, your well going to your body and you cannot detect it. And yes, North Carolina had got a nuclear plant. Yes, I'm trying to figure out where. Well, the problem wasn't a nuclear plant in that area, because we do have our own nuclear plant. But the problem was there was a nuclear waste storage site somewhere that was upstream that they said it was minimal damage, but from what is being detected, what's being found, that does not seem to be the case. And I just don't want to be anywhere near it if that's the case. Check bakery depth at any grocery chain for food grade buckets. Yes. Also, another place I used to get buckets from, but I could never get a lid out of them. All the China joints, all the food that they serve comes in buckets. A lot of people don't know that, and they don't. Sometimes they don't know what to do with their buckets. So you can actually go and say, "Hey, listen, do you guys have any buckets? I'll buy them from you." I mean, or you can just ask them. Maybe they'll give them to you for free. But all of their food comes in buckets. I think the food is in sealed bags, possibly Mylar. They're large, but they all come inside of buckets. They have Chinese writing on them. They're white buckets. I've got a couple at the house. They're food grade. Baker, where are we at here? All those radioactive storage also are from medical waste. I believe it. I am moving to that community, but I am just a single statter. I gotcha. I can't seem to see where you join your group monthly subscriptions. Thanks. Yeah. I'm guessing you're on your phone, Global. Look, scroll down on your phone to the word more, and it should be in blue. Push on that or select that, and then scroll to the bottom to where it says join. Select that. And then if you want the full ride, pick the one in the middle. Now, if people who pick just the supporter, the minimalist prepper, the only thing they're going to have is chat icons and some other stuff. They're not going to get all the other stuff like the videos and things. Let's see here. Jester said you could get buckets from Firehouse Subs. There you go. Font no if you still can. Oh, you don't know if you can. Yeah. I mean, go to any freaking store that serves food and ask them if they have any buckets. And they may just give them to you. I used to get buckets all the time from the Chinese joint in Morehead City, North Carolina. It was cool. They used to call me the bucket guy. I would go in there once a week and get some lunch, and they'd be like, "Oh, bucket guy," and they'd come out with a couple of buckets and give them to me. I never got any lids off them, which was really weird. But Tuck says I have 2 pickle buckets from a burger chain. They're much sturdier and slightly taller than food grade buckets from chain stores like Home Depot. Yes. The only problem I ever had with the larger buckets is it's a pain in the ass to stack things, because you end up with these uneven levels. Let's see here. Miko says, I have family members in North Carolina and South Carolina, and all the drink down there is bottled water. They do it for a reason where you can use tap water to flush the toilet. Well, apparently that's getting dangerous as well. Let's see. Skane says Walmart Bakery has them also. I scored 50-gallon bucket pickle jars. I scored 50-gallon pickle jars from a little store that made flavored pickles for $1 each. I use them for all kinds of things. There you go. Pickle buckets. Thank you, everyone on the buckets info. You guys are amazing. Tribe group. Yeah, I appreciate it, Global. Thank you. Thanks for showing up, man. If you're making a bulk bucket purchase, try U.S. Plastics. Cha-ching! And that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Okay, guys, we're getting ready to hit our 1 hour. We got 50 people in here. It's super awesome. Do me a favor, hit that poll real quick for me if you guys haven't done it yet. And that way I can post it up to the YouTube and let them know what the world thinks about all of these questions. Because I've got to be out of this hotel room in 1 hour, that I think, anyway, and I've got to get on the road. I'm going to be driving for about 6.5 hours today, and then I'm going to stop. And I may try and make that members video about everything that I learned and the people I hung out with and stuff like that. Unfortunately, with this laptop, I don't have any video editing software on it that is worth anything, and the stuff online just does not do a good enough job. I don't believe so. I'll get something figured out. As usual, if you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done that yet. It does help the channel. And if you want to be a member, then find that blue more button on your phone and scroll down to join and pick something out. Be an adult. Spend your money appropriately. All right, the bucket connection guy. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye. Here? No, wait.